everybody, today we're going to make chicken pad thai. Little effort for maximum results. The recipe will be posted on pouchfriendly.com. Check it out, leave a comment, let us know what you think. The ingredients for the chicken pad thai is obviously chicken breast, grated carrot, cilantro, green onion, sugar-free honey, crushed red pepper flakes, dry roasted peanuts, lime juice, sesame oil, rice wine vinegar, soy sauce, garlic, bean sprouts, ketchup, and rice noodles. I wanted to talk about the noodles that I'm using today. These aren't rice noodles, I misspoke. They're actually bean threads. It comes 3 bundles in a pack. The serving size is 1 bundle for 170 calories, 42 grams. And that's what a bundle is. And when it cooks up, it's pretty significant. I'm using, 1 bundle for this whole recipe, which makes 4 non-weight loss surgery servings. So when you think of it that way, very, very little carbohydrates. I'm going to start with the sauce, and I like to make extra sauce than what the original recipe called for. So I'm going to put about a half a cup or so of ketchup, about 3 or 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, about 2 tablespoons, I'd say, of the rice wine vinegar. And I hate to measure, so I'm guessing. About 4 tablespoons of lime juice. Certainly if you have fresh lime, that's the way to go. And we're going to do about 2 teaspoons of the sesame oil. If you use too much of the sesame oil, it'll get really bitter. And then for the sugar-free honey, let me show you. I got this at Walmart. The original recipe called for brown sugar, but this is an excellent substitute. And we're going to do about 4 tablespoons-ish, 3 or 4 of that. And I'm going heavy on the red pepper flakes. The original recipe, I think, called for something like a teaspoon, but half a teaspoon even. But I like it hot. So I'm just crushing it up to release some of the juices or some of the natural oils in the pepper flakes. And whisk that up. Give it a chance to come together. It already smells good. Pre-op, one of my major food addictions, I guess you could call it, was Chinese, any Asian food, Chinese, Thai, Japanese, all that stuff. So I was on the lookout for recipes that I could revamp and make a little friendlier. So I'm going to let that set, and then I'll show you how to bring together the rest of the dish. The directions for these particular noodles are to cover them with boiling water and let them sit for about 20 minutes. Okay, I've let my pan get hot, and I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of canola oil. You don't want to use olive oil on this one because you want that high temp for, Asian cooking. Add my diced red onion. Couple tablespoons of garlic, a couple or few. Now usually I will add the onions and let them get soft, then add the garlic, but since I'm going to sit over it for a little while and keep stirring it, I'll go ahead and add it together because I want both of them to really get into that oil before I cook the chicken. Incidentally, if you want to keep this vegetarian, you could use tofu instead of the chicken. This is very popular in a lot of Thai dishes. And this is the chicken. You can see I diced it up really small. What I did was just cut across the chicken breast, cut it in really nice thin strips, and then diced it up. I'm going to add that. Okay, I'm going to keep stirring up the chicken also, because I really don't want this to get brown. I just want it to cook through. Now that the chicken is no longer pink, I'm going to add the sauce. I don't want to waste a bit of it, so. Okay, you let the sauce come up to a boil, which it is. And you add the bean sprouts. Now normally I would use fresh bean sprouts, but they weren't looking so good at the market. So these are canned. I just rinsed them and drained them. Grated carrot. And your cilantro. And these are what the noodles look like, almost see-through, well, pretty much see-through after you cook them. I just rinsed them, or drained them and rinsed them again, and then drained them again. And I just want to work it down into that sauce. After you get it all mixed together, turn it off. It's all done. When you dish it out, sprinkle the crushed peanuts over the top, maybe even a little more fresh cilantro if you have some green onions. Slice those up and put them on top. And there you go.